going to talk about the fundamentals of the jab step. All right, now the jab step starts after a good base with the establishment of a pivot foot. And I can spin around like a top, but the good news is you can move in any direction with your other foot. When I do the jab step, I'm going to jab, and the defender is so scared of my driving ability that he takes a step back. I know that if I step back, I have created a tremendous amount of space to get my jump shot off.
So when you're bouncing the basketball, I got my eyes up. I can see my teammate over here. You can see my teammate over there. Very rarely do you want to stand straight up bouncing the basketball, because when you're standing straight up, then that defender can get into you and force you to go backwards. So you always want to be in what we call a triple threat position, where you're bouncing the basketball, and if you need to take off, you can take off.
Welcome everybody to the first game of week 3. Jeff Russell here on this early Saturday morning, January 21st, 2023 of the Upward Week 3 2023 season. Now both of these teams that you're looking at right here are both have a loss, while the other team in this conference seems to be the team to beat, and that would be the Lady Tigers, coached by Ryan Darin. Last week, the Tigers had to play both of these squads, and they handled them easily as they defeated the Cardinals 34-8. And then they took on the Falcons right after that and won 24-10. The team is loaded with weapons, the Lady Tigers. But right now, these two teams are going to square off. And the Cardinals, let's take a look at them down this end. They are looking for their first win of the season, coming in at 0-3. But everything is going to change today because of the young lady at the foul line right now. The tallest player in the league, Abigail Hodge, returns after a hand injury. How effective she'll be, we don't know. She still is, as you can see, the bandage there on the hand. She is still nursing that right hand, so I can't imagine she's going to be at 100%. But either way, Coach Russell will be very glad to have her back in the lineup, as she is desperately in some need of some height. The Cardinals have many, many defensive players on their team, but the one thing that killed them, as we know, is the height disadvantage in each game that they have. On the other side of the court, the Falcons, a well-rounded team, coached by Meredith Horst, and Falcons coming in at 1-1, as 2 weeks ago they beat the Cardinals that they're facing today, and then they took on the Lady Tigers last week, as we said, and lost 24-10. Not so much in the height department. That's where the Lady Tigers have the biggest advantage with Allison Doherty and Brinley Smoker and such. But this team has a lot of speed and a lot of power. So Mary Rhodes, one of the bigger players on the team, along with Griffin, Alyssa Griffin, Genesis Smucker brings some height, Cammie Martinook, and then you have the speedy players on this team, Megan Davies and others. So a good combination. Looks like both teams have full rosters here. So this ought to be a good one. We'll see if Abigail Hodge brings anything to the Cardinals or not. Remains to be seen, but we'll be finding out very shortly. And the Falcons have the double game today. And we'll be back with the opening tip-off. What's that?
101 subscribers.
So when you're bouncing the basketball, I got my eyes up. I can see my teammate over here. You can see my teammate over there. Very rarely do you want to stand straight up bouncing the basketball. Because when you're standing straight up, then that defender can get into you and force you to go backwards. So you always want to be in what we call a triple threat position, where you're bouncing the basketball, and if you need to take off, you can take off.
able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. Most of you won't be successful because when you're studying and you get tired, you quit. I don't do well in math. You're right. You ain't never studied. I'm not good in writing because you have never written before. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
First game of the day, give it up for your home team, or your away team, the Cardinals. And they are versing today, your home team, the Falcons.
All right, welcome everybody here to the opening tip-off. Cardinals Falcons, girls 5th and 6th league. Once again, Jeff Russell here on this early Saturday morning. Steve Whitmer, your referee, along with Brian Conroy today. All right. Ella to tip off against Griffin, and Cammie comes down with it. Davies over to Griffin. Griffin right side, nobody there guarding her. Missed, fortunately for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals come away with it. Pierachinski. Allen lost the handle. Ball's going to stay this way. Abigail Hodge not in the game yet. Neither is Mary Rhodes. So there'll be some strategy involved in this game today. Here's Pierachinski. Ella's got a really good look, missed it. Olivia's there, and she was able to save that. Good job, Olivia. Guarded by Davies. You got to be careful dribbling with the head down. Davies caught her. Davies goes in, misses the layup. Got her own rebound. Out to Griffin. Double team, triple team now. Cy Goods over there with Haley. Ball is loose in the paint. And we may have a jump ball here when we are. Audrey Hess got a shot off, but not a quality one. So Davies is going to inbound. There's Cammie. Cammie had a really good look, missed it. And Cora Buck picks it up. Cora hands it off to Cy Good. And Cy's going to bring it up. And turned over the other way. Davies. And Megan may have went back court, and she did. As we get deeper into the season, the referees are going to tighten up a little bit. They were very generous early on. So Ashlyn Carvalho is going to come into the game. Still no score. Carvalho has it. Ashland in the paint. Bounce pass for Fainus. Nicely done. Good to see the Cardinals get on the board early. I'm sure Coach Russell likes that. Davies tried to square things up, and Carvalho comes down with it. And Whitmer's going to get Carvalho. We've seen the Cardinals get off to early leads before. We'll see if they can retain it this time. Coach Russell would love her first victory today. And Whitmer, boy, the refs are really tightening up. Right now, Haley's basket's the only thing separating the scoreboard here. Here's Buck with a good look. She missed. Davies comes down with it. She's going to go, but she's got to be careful. Carvalho's right there. Leads the league in steals by a large margin, and there's another turnover. Pirachinski looking for Buck. Tips it to Fainus. Haley guarded by Cammie. Big size disadvantage there. She's got to dish it off. Cammie may get called for a reach here, and Brian's going to talk to her. And I think that is the case. Fainus to inbound, and we're going to have some substitutes coming in, and a lot of them. And right there, Maddie Antuna coming onto the court. As Coach Russell, she brings Abigail Hodge into the game. So this ought to be interesting. Both teams bring out their A lines. Hodge is going to inbound off the foot of Rhodes. And here we go. Maddie Crick. Crick guarded well by Smucker. Carvalho picks it up. You're seeing both teams bringing all their A-line right now. Looking for Buck, and Rhodes unable to save it. Ball's going to stay. Buck to inbound. Ball's tipped again. And as you can see, the girls are friends here from each team. All right, Buck to inbound. Got it to Hodge. Hodge left side, gave up her dribble. She's caught in the corner, handed off to Carvalho. Bounce pass for Crick. But Antuna's right there. You got to be careful, Maddie. Tosses one up. And Carvalho comes down with it. And that ball is going to be turned over. And somehow Cora Buck got it back. Rhodes and Crick are both fighting over it. So they're going to call Crick here. Still a 2-0 Cardinal lead. Remlinger has it. Mariah on Cheryl Russell's former Liberty team a few years back. And another jump. So that ball's going to go to the Cardinals. And Coach Russell will take that. Here's Pirachinski. Again, this Cardinal team's going to have a whole different look. Now they have some height. Should get some more rebounds. Here's Buck, a good look from the right side. Over to Crick, Maddie just missed. Rhodes comes down with it. Rhodes double team, now triple team. She's got dangerous hands all over there. Well, they're going to call Mary Rhodes here. Can't hold the arm bar up too high and be aggressive with it. They will call you. If Mary's wondering what went on as she was dribbling, Catherine Russell into the game. Here's Hodge. Hodge dribbling with the left hand. Hodge is going to pull it up from the paint. Missed. Smucker comes down with it. Genesis is going to go. She's got Antuna to her right, but Carvalho's right there. These girls have to be aware when she's on the court. Hodge's going to go. Hodge guarded by Rhodes. Rhodes giving her a really hard time. Ball is loose. And we're going to have another jump. And this one's going to go back to the Falcons. And here's Mariah. Minute 8 to go in the first quarter here. Week 3. Remlinger has a good look, missed it. Smucker fought for it. And a lot of jumps. So going back and forth. And this one's going to go back to the Cardinals. Jeff Russell here on this early Saturday morning. Here's Abigail Hodge. Hodge drives in. Cardinals got a shot off. Carvalho has it. Ashlyn and Rhodes, another jump. And this will go back. I don't think I've ever seen this many jumps in any game this early in the first quarter. Just shows you how defensive both teams are. Here's Rhodes. Rhodes may be called for a travel, and she is. Lost her footing, her pivot foot. Still a 2-0 Cardinal lead. Carvalho to inbound. Buck guarded well by Antuna. She's got to be careful. Antuna has really fast hands. Buck got in a good position. Ball is loose. Catherine Russell pulls it, and she's going to be called for a travel. And the basket will not count. So the Falcons catch a break because Catherine Russell did hit the shot. But got to be careful with your footing, girls. Here's Antuna. Gave up her dribble. Got it off to Remlinger. Mariah underneath, looking for anything, as Rhodes there. Mariah looking for Antuna, but Catherine Russell saw it the whole way. Antuna pokes it out. And we're coming to the closing seconds of the first quarter. So I don't know if the Cardinals are going to be able to get a shot off or not. Buck has it. 4, got it off to Carvalho. Ashlyn has a look from about 12 feet off the glass, and it's in. What a way to end the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, Cardinals 4, Falcons 0. We'll be back after this.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
You shouldn't have any doubt in your mind about what you're supposed to do tonight and about how you're supposed to do it.
This is your time.
Now,
I don't want them to gain another yard. We got to go out there and we got to take it.
You take their game and you shove it right back in their face.
That's how winning is done.
Team is something you belong to, something you feel, something you have to earn.
If we don't come together,
It's over.
And I guarantee a week won't go by in your life you won't regret walking out, letting them get the best of it.
I'll ask you one last time.
to be the best that you can be.
Play like champions.
Win.
Right now, we're going to talk about the fundamentals of the jab step. All right, now the jab step starts after a good base with the establishment of a pivot foot. And I can spin around like a top, but the good news is you can move in any direction with your other foot. When I do the jab step, I'm going to jab, and the defender is so scared of my driving ability that he takes a step back. I know that if I step back, I have created a tremendous amount of space to get my jump shot off.
Okay, we're back. And the Cardinals with a 6-0 lead. So far, everything going the Cardinals' way. Let's see if the Falcons could get something going. Cammy. Got to be careful. Cammy looking for help. And I think that was Jordan good. Not sure if that's Jordan or Audrey. 2 29s on the team, but either way they missed. Almost made it. Ball is loose. Griffin got it. Good job. Griffin working her side to the right. And Maddie Crick not letting her breathe. Gave up her dribble and turned over. Carvalho. And Megan Davies poked it out of bounds. And they're going to give it to the Falcons. Falcons catch a break there. Still 6-0 Cardinals. Davies at inbound. Davies, good job to get it to Cammy. Cammy looking for help. Cammy, now she's guarded by Pirachinski. Found Davies. They're going to let that one slide. Davies, an extra step, Megan. They let you go on one, but not the other. All right, so it looks like we're going to have a lot of subs coming in. So Rhodes, Remlinger, Smucker, Kayla, and Maddie Antuna. Abigail Hodge still on the bench. 6-0 lead. Here's the two friends guarding each other. Crick and Rhodes. And Rhodes, something happened to Maddie, not sure. And here's Kayla. Kayla lost the handle. Carvalho's right there. Ashlyn rolling around, they're gonna call a jump. Could have got Ashlyn for a travel there. But this has really got to be a difficult job refereeing this game. You have to be very selective on what you call. The game is dragging on if you call too many calls. Here's Carvalho. And they're going to have a backcourt. So that's going to go to the Falcons. Coach Horst would like to see some offense here. You want to get the ball into the hands of Antuna, and that's exactly what they did, but she stepped over the line. And again, the credit to Cardinal defense. And this is with Hodge and Russell on the bench, and Buck. Cardinals really came to play today. Fainus, who has one of the 3 baskets here. There's Kayla. Kayla stolen by Pirachinski. Ella pulls up right inside the foul line and buried it. Ella Pirachinski. And an 8-0 Cardinal lead. And Maddie has a chance at an open shot. She lost her footing. But she knows it. That's one of the great things about this league. Everybody has so much fun. Everyone's smiling on both sides. All right, here's Antuna. The Falcons in desperate need of a basket now. Still in the first half, minute 45 left. Antuna, guarded by Carvalho, looking for Rhodes, but Haley Fanis having a great game. And Fanis is going to go. Haley looking to go the length of the floor here. Fanis, don't see that too often. Calabrese is there. And Rhodes, girls, once you go down to the ground, girls, you cannot get up. It's just best to avoid any contact with the ground at all other than your feet. Crick got it to Pirachinski. Ella back at her way in. And Crick got a shot off there. And again on the ground, another jump. And here's Smucker with a minute to go in the half. Carvalho right there. Boy, all the Cardinals are really playing well right now. Falcons got to get some offense going. Carvalho right there. Remlinger has to be careful. On the ground, a dangerous position for Remlinger. And handed it off to Rhodes, but Rhodes and Crick. And this one's going to go back to the Cardinals. And still, Russell and Hodge both being well rested. You probably see a lot of them in the second half. So the Cardinals are in a great position for their first win, but still a long way to go. Antuna fighting with Carvalho. And good job, Maddie. That's going to go to the Falcons. Week 3 of the Upward 2023 season. Welcome everybody watching on YouTube. And somehow Kayla came out with it. Smucker right there, missed it. Kayla's got a great look, she missed. Rhodes is there scraping for it. And another jump. The Falcons have done everything they can but put it in. And that's gonna go to the Cardinals with 19 seconds left in the half. And just bad breaks there for the Falcons. They had their shots. Here's Cora Buck, and that is going to go back to the Falcons, so they still have a chance. We saw the Cardinals score at the buzzer. Let's see if the Falcons could do the same thing here. Smucker. Double team, triple team, quadruple team now. Rhodes, 5 seconds. Smucker's there in the paint, over her head. And that's going to be it. So after one half of play, it's been all Cardinals. Cardinals 8, Falcons 0. We'll be back with the second half.
Be different. Last week was puzzles. The week before that, we talked about the Good Samaritan. This week, I kind of wanted to bring it home a little bit. And as I was driving back yesterday, I was really thinking about kind of what does it really look like to be different. And so if we go to the scripture and we look in the book of Daniel, we can see a bunch of guys that were just average Joe, kind of everyday people that had been captured by Babylonians and stuff. And were then there, but Daniel specifically, we can talk about the story. If you've ever heard the story of Daniel in the lion's den, and then he was tossed in there because he wasn't listening and doing things what the king wanted. And then 3 guys, their original names were Michelle, Hananiah, and Azariah, but maybe you know them as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they were tossed into a fiery furnace because they wouldn't bow down and worship the idol statue of the king at the time, Nebuchadnezzar. So they were tossed in. And not only were they tossed in, and they didn't burn, the people who tossed them in actually burned because the guy kicked up the flames so high. Because they stood for something and they said, we're not going to do this, we're going to be different. But I personally, I'm always struggling with, okay, that's great, because that's a great Bible story, and it's real, and I know it happened, but that's for them. But how do we do it today, now, in this 2023 world that we live in? What does it look like to really be different? Because I know that I've heard the stories, right? I've heard the phrase, this phrase, that says God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. And I believe that. And that's what he did there with Daniel and these three guys. But what does it look like today? So, for me, I noticed something a couple of weeks ago when we were watching, if you were watching football a couple of weeks ago with the Bills, and the guy who died on the field and then was revived and came back, and things are good. But what was the one thing we all have talked about? Maybe you've seen all the videos and other commentators talking about this, but the biggest thing that people talked about was, oh, we need to pray for the family, pray for him, pray for this, pray for that. All prayer. We haven't seen people in this country in this way, probably since anything catastrophic has happened. But one man that I noticed, if you were watching ESPN, did something that was different. He didn't just talk about it. He said, we need to pray for these things. We need to do this. And yes, all these people need to pray. You know what? We're going to stop right now, and we're going to pray. And so Dan Orlovsky, who played on football, he was on the Patriots, he was on New Orleans, he stopped live during the conversation and prayed right there. He followed the Spirit. That is what it means to be different. That is what it means for us as believers to follow the Spirit, to know when you need to do something and stand like Daniel did, like the three guys did, like Dan did. That is what it means to be different. So the question and challenge this week I would have is, where in your life, as you're going through, whether it's at school or at work or just living, wherever it is, at the supermarket, going to the store, where is God asking you to be different and do something right then and there? Don't wait. Don't talk about it. Do it. And be different. Let me pray. Jesus, God, thank you for your example of being different for us as you went to the cross. Thank you for the relationship that that cross gives to us. And thank you for helping us to be different every day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Talented than you, but if you show more heart, if you show more focus, if you just decide this day that you will never accept second place to anyone, if you do that, if you all do that, there's no one we cannot defeat. So do you want to go out there like every other player, like every other team, or do you want to stand up this day to make this day count?
I take a day off. I take 2 days a week off from the gym now. I don't take a day off from getting on my hands and my knees and reading my prayer book and my daily devotionals and you know, first of all, expressing the gratitude that I have for all the blessings that have been bestowed upon me, and then of course asking for the strength and guidance to be able to use the talents and gifts that God's given me to help others and inspire and know what right is and to do so. You know, be the best husband I can be, best father I can be.
We're back for the second half. And a whole new look to this Cardinal team. A team that is 0-3. And Coach Russell would love to get her first win today. But we'll see if the Falcons can turn it around. And it's Jordan Good with the miss. Gonna go the other way. Abigail Hodge. First game back, first game of the season. Hodge off the glass, missed it. Gonna go the other way. Cammie. Guarded well by Pirachinski. And boy, this Cardinals team now, with the addition of Hodge, bringing the height, is going to just completely change the dynamic of this team because they're loaded with defense. Like we said earlier, but the height disadvantage was just too much, especially if the girls are not going to box out, which we already know. These earlier stages in their career, children do not like to box out. Can't emphasize enough how important that is. Because the golden rule is if you don't box out, the taller player is going to win. Here's Davies. With the Kayla, but into the hands of Buck. Good job there by Cammie to force a jump. Even though it's going to stay to the Cardinals still. It's always a good thing to force that jump. And Coach Russell called time, so we will be back after this.
So when you're bouncing the basketball, I got my eyes up. I can see my teammate over here. I can see my teammate over there. Very rarely do you want to stand straight up bouncing the basketball. Because when you're standing straight up, then that defender can get into you and force you to go backwards. So you always want to be in what we call a triple threat position, where you're bouncing the basketball, and if you need to take off, you can take off.
Thank you, Isaiah Thomas. All right, we're back. Not sure what Coach Russell saw something and she wanted to stop play there. Carvalho to inbound. Abigail Hodge going to bring it up. A sight for sore eyes for the Cardinals. Hodge, I don't know if she's forced to dribble with the left or not. Her right hand is hurt. Hodge has it. Over to Carvalho. Hodge dumps it inside, looking for Crick, but a nice play there by Griffin. Alyssa still dribbling. And a good shot there, Jordan Good. Or that was Audrey. Both number 29s are out there to really confuse me. I believe that was Audrey that pulled the shot. All right, Griffin to inbound. And looking for Audrey. Davies to inbound. Nice steal by Ashland. And Crick, Maddie. And Megan Davies, great steal there. Davies, they let her get away there with one. But it's into the hands of the Cardinals anyway. Cora Buck, Buck's driving. She's got a good look off the glass and in. Cora Buck. And the Cardinals are really looking good. Looking for Griffin, but Carvalho, and another jump. With the tenacious defense of these Cardinals, and now they have some height on their team. They are really looking good today. Davies and Carvalho, another jump. This game is going to drag on. I think we've had about 30 jumps to this point. Looking for Buck underneath. Buck, a really good look, and she puts it in. Good job, Cora. 12-0. Everything Coach Russell was hoping for is happening. But I was not expecting this against this good Falcon team. There's going to be another double dribble. I think that's Jordan Good. Boy, the Falcons right now have got to find some offense some way, somehow. And it's not easy when you're playing a Cardinal team now, a totally different team. Now we'll have to wait till next week to see the Cardinals and Lady Tigers play. The Lady Tigers are going to be playing the Falcons right after this. Here's Pierachinski. Stolen by Antuna. Maddie to get her team onto the board. And that fast, all the Cardinals got back. My goodness, the defense. Wow, a completely different Cardinal team right now. Nothing like the first 3 weeks. Well, first 3 games, that is. And they're going to get Smucker here. So Smucker a little too close. So Buck's going to inbound. Cora got it to Hodge. Abigail. There's the biggest size mismatch in the league. Hodge and Antuna. And almost another Cardinal basket. Rhodes to inbound. Got it to Antuna, flying down that right side. She's got Kayla to her left and Smucker. If she can get it over, she got it to Smucker. Smucker off the glass, it is Genesis. And the Falcons on the board. Going the other way. There's still plenty of time in this one, Falcons. Hodge dribbling with the left hand. Hodge is going to pull up from the foul line. That's no good. And going to go the other way. So subs are going to come in. Falcons on the board. See if they could get something going. Here's Mariah. Remlinger just missed. Pierachinski comes down with it. Ella got it to Abigail Hodge. Hodge is going to pull from about 20 feet. So I think Hodge is a lefty naturally. Here's Antuna. Famous right there to greet her. Double team now. Buck and Famous. And Cora had her foot on the line. I don't think she realized it. Rhodes to inbound. Rhodes is going to inbound. Got it to Mariah, thought about 3. And Mariah stepped on the line. Unfortunately. Cardinals still up by 10. 10 in this league is a lot. Very hard to make that up. However, we did see the Knights last week, or 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, or was it last week? Yes, the Knights last week in the boys' 5th and 6th league did come back by 10 and win the game in overtime. And here's Smucker. Minute to go in the 3rd. It's been all Cardinals to this point. Remlinger pulls a 3. Antuna tried to save it. And Remlinger thought about a 3 earlier. Right now, girls, you just need 2. 3's always nice. And here's Famous. Hodge, Crick, and Carvalho all resting. So this is a chance for the Falcons to catch up here. So Calabrese is going to relieve Pirachinski. Here's Antuna, looking to get things going for the Falcons. Maddie making her way to the paint. She's quadruple teamed. Catherine Russell had her hands on it. Cammie's there with a shot, or that was Kayla. And Smucker took it right off a good. Put it in, nicely done for her 2nd basket. And we're gonna have a travel. The Cardinals. And we're going to have a timeout by the Falcons. We'll be back right after this.
Key points. First thing we got to do is we have to locate the player that we want to box out. So in this case, I locate, and then I want to make contact first. So I want to step towards that player that I'm going to box out, and I want to tag them. Now when I tag them, I want to do it with my forearm, but I want to make sure I'm not extending or pushing out to avoid any fouls. So I want to step in, locate, tag, then I'm going to turn, I'm going to hold that box out, and then I'm going to go get the rebound.
And we cannot emphasize the importance of boxing out. A huge part of the game, girls. You must learn to box out. When that ball is shot, you are free to box out. And right now, the Cardinals need to do some boxing out. Falcons are clawing their way back in this one, and Carvalho, what a steal. Carvalho lost track of the time, so did I. So after 3 quarters of play, we now have an 8-point game. Cardinals lead 12-4. We'll be back right after this.
When you catch and you're ready to shoot, I'll look where the rim and the net meet. Put that basketball right on those hooks, and that's what I lock in on.
Curry splits the defense behind the back, fires a 3. Oh, he puts it in!
Stop it right there, everyone. My defender has clearly established his lead foot. Make him open his whole body and create a driving angle. I have all the control, all the leverage in the world right here. When we overload ourselves in the workout with 2 basketballs or a tennis ball, makes the game seem a lot slower and you're able to process things a lot better. That's why we're here, to get better. It might be tough. You might have to overcome a lot more than the guy next to you, but that's what makes it all worth it. No matter where you are in your progression, we're all in the same boat. I'm still searching for perfection and full potential in this game. The time is now for you to start your journey to find ways to get better. That's why we're all here. You need to get in the gym and get to work. Time's ticking.
All right, we're back here for the fourth quarter. And the Falcons have got themselves back into this game, but no girls' 5th or 6th team have ever come back from down 10 points, but it may happen here if the Falcons keep it up. Here's Fainus backing her way in. Had a good look from the baseline. Catherine Russell has it. Looking for Ashland in the paint. And I believe that's Griffin. Yes, it is. Good job, Alyssa. And Falcons have the ball. Alyssa Griffin from Narvon, Pennsylvania. And Ashland is all over her. Credit Ashland Carvalho with another steal. She must have 100 steals by now, week 3. Other teams are going to have to be aware when she's around the ball. Here's Fainus looking for her second basket, and she's got it. Great job, Haley. And Coach Russell desperately needed that one to keep her comfortable lead at 10. Now it's an uncomfortable 10, but there's another steal by Carvalho. Ashland off the glass. And Cy good, nicely done, Cy. 2 quick baskets by the Cardinals. Not what Coach Horst wanted at all. Here's Cammie Martin-Nuck. And the Falcons are gonna have it. Taken away by Ashland Carvalho again. Carvalho put one up into the hands of Megan Davies. Davies with Carvalho right there. Got it to Griffin. Falcons need points. We're approaching the 4-minute mark. There's good. And Jordan missed. Carvalho the other way. Catherine Russell has it. Catherine right side looking for a shot. Griffin's not going to give her one. Great defense there, Alyssa. All right, Carvalho, Hodge, Crick, and Pirachinski all on the bench. Catherine lobs one inside for Fainus. Fainus, a good look left side, missed it. Underneath, rejected, but I think we're going to have a foul. Catherine Russell may be going to the line here. We are going to have 2 shots, I think. This is Catherine's first time at the foul line this season. 16-4 with 3:48 left to go. Coach Russell's in a great position right here for her first victory. Catherine misses the first. All right, so Pirachinski's coming in, and Buck. Calabrese, Carvalho's coming out of the game. I know the Falcons like to see that. The Falcons are going to have to score and score fast if they're going to pull off this comeback. Time is running out. Catherine at the line, missed both. We'll have to work on that foul shooting at home. And here we go. Cammie's going to bring it up. They need baskets and they need them fast. Martinuck looking around. She's got Griffin wide open underneath, but they're going to get her on a travel. And credit to Cardinal defense, but She did have somebody in the paint just so hard with the Cardinals swarming her to get a good pass off. Here's Cy Good. Good. And that's going to be a backcourt. Got to be careful of that backcourt violation, girls. Once you cross that line, you can't go back unless the defensive team has touched the ball. That is the only way you can go back. And here's Hess. Hess over to Good. And taken away by Catherine Russell. Pirachinsky. Long pass looking for Russell, but Griffin's right there. And Cora giving her a hard time. And that is going to go to the Cardinals. So now we're going to have the A-line come out for the Falcons. Rhodes, Antuna, Smucker, Remlinger, and Kayla. Underneath, Fanis was looking for her third basket of the day. Catherine Russell out at the buck. Into the hands of the Falcons. Rhodes. Mary in the paint, trying to get a shot off. Mary, she needs help. She's triple teamed right now. Got it to Antuna. Antuna right side, but boy, the Cardinals are all over her. Triple teamed, almost the entire team was over there. Remlinger in the paint, but the Cardinal defense is stubborn. Not even letting a shot off. Kayla, she got a shot off. That's short. They credit the Cardinal defense. My goodness, I cannot wait to see them play the Lady Tigers. This is a whole new look, folks. Pirachinsky lobs it inside. Great pass for Buck off the glass and in. Great for the Cardinals. Great teamwork, girls. And Coach Russell has got to be happy after starting the season 0-3. She's now going to go to 1-3. And I'm sure she's proud of these girls right now. There's Rhodes with a nice shot. It's going to go the other way. And I don't think the Falcons know what hit them in this game. What a difference. I don't know if you could attribute all this to Abigail Hodge. I mean, the Cardinals are doing a lot of things without Abby even on the floor. And here's Hodge. Over to Crick. I wonder if Abby just gives this team a different mental aspect to the game. Buck underneath, missed it. Rhodes comes down with it. And Mary's going to go. And Buck is just all over her, giving Rhodes a hard time. Oh, Mary, you can hear the knees sliding along the ground. Smucker looking for her second basket. Genesis just missed. Got her own rebound, puts it up again. Good work there by Smucker. The Falcons are showing some tenacity here. But only a minute left in this one. Antuna, and she is swarmed. No chance of a shot. And Mary almost hit a nice one. Here's Kayla. That's blocked by Crick. And they're going to send her to the line. I thought it was clean. So Maddie's standing at the line. They called you the fouls on you, Maddie. I thought it was clean too. Maddie's saying, I didn't cause any foul. I guess I'm shooting. So Kayla, no good. Kayla Klopfer from Leola. Good job there. Here's Cora Buck. 47 seconds left in this one, folks. Stay tuned. Falcons and Lady Tigers coming up. Crick. They're going to get Mary Rhodes here. Eagles Giants tonight, folks. The winner of this will play the winner of the San Francisco 49ers Dallas game. That's coming on tomorrow. A lot of Giants fans here. Here's a Giant fan, Brian Conroy. Says he's been a Giant fan since he was 3 years old. So 35 seconds left in this one. Coach Russell going to move to 1-3. Falcons are going to go to 1-2. And the Lady Tigers, 3-0, will be facing the team in red coming up next. And then the girls are going to start playing over at Twin Valley Bible Academy starting next week. You're going to see the majority of the girls' games over there. And we will try to bring you a live feed from Twin Valley, as there's been many requests for that. Here's Rhodes. Mary smacked on the arm. Smucker got it to Antuna. Antuna with a really good look. She just missed. Here goes Hodge. Hodge, I think she's looking for her first basket. Abigail using that left hand, and that's it. Your final. Cardinals 18. Falcons 4. Congratulations, Coach Russell, on your first victory of the season. Assistant Coach Jaden Russell. A well-played game, Cardinals. And can't wait to see them matched up with the Lady Tigers, who are coming up next. Once again, Jeff Russell, thank you everybody for joining us. Stay tuned. Lady Tigers, Falcons coming up.